Wednesday, April 19th, 1775. British regulars under the command of Major John Pitcairn had been sent ahead by the commanding officer, Lieutenant Colonel Francis Smith, on the road to Concord, Massachusetts. The British had heard reports that American rebels were caching weapons at Concord, and their purpose was to find and seize those weapons. However, as they approached the small village of Lexington, Major Pitcairn heard the sound of drums and small arms fire up ahead. He had received reports of hostile American rebels waiting for him. The major ordered his men to load and be prepared. Pitcairn's men came into the Lexington Green and saw before them 60 to 70 American rebels under the command of Captain John Parker, all arrayed in formation. "Stand your ground," ordered Captain Parker. "Don't fire unless fired upon, but if they want to have a war, let it begin here." End quote. Parker's men were still turning out to join their fellows on the green when, with huzzas and shouts, Pitcairn's men broke ranks and rushed furiously forward to face Captain Parker's men. Major Pitcairn rode forward on his horse and from the left flank ordered Parker's men to surrender their weapons. There was no reply from Parker or his men. Now, why were Captain Parker's men there? Was it to start a war? No. They were there as citizen defenders of their homes and families, merely to, quote, observe the actions of the British forces, end quote. However, seeing the overwhelming force arrayed against him, Parker recognized the futility of the situation and ordered his men not to fire, but to disperse. Still retaining their arms, Parker's men slowly began to back away. And at that moment, a shot rang out. Who fired it, and from which side, has never been concluded, but it was enough. The British soldiers opened fire into the Americans. Men fell dead and wounded, and some of Parker's men began to scatter and run for cover, while others immediately returned fire. One of these in the front ranks was Jonas Parker, the captain's cousin. At the first volley, Parker emptied his rifle. A second volley thundered, and Jonas Parker was wounded. Witnesses record that Parker raised his hand and shouted, "I will not run." He threw his hat to the ground and into it his flints, and was in the act of reloading his rifle when the British rushed forward and bayoneted him through. In the bedlam of smoke, shouting, and shooting, the Redcoats pursued every American in sight. When the battle was over, 8 Americans lay dead, 15 wounded, and the American War of Independence had begun. Its first casualty was Jonas Parker, the man who would not run. It is time to remember Jonas Parker, where we started, and why we are here. Will we run?